Welcome to the SVG-TV News for Friday, May 8th. I am Khalil Kato with the details. Things seem to be looking up for the repatriation of Vincentian sailors. On radio today, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves said that a Vincentian sailor with the Holland American Cruise Line is scheduled to return home today, and the cruise line company agreed to pay for the sailor's quarantine accommodation. This will be the first sailor to be repatriated since talks began a few weeks ago on the repatriation of hundreds of stranded Vincentian sailors due to the COVID-19 pandemic, which has brought cruise line operations to a halt and some of the sailors' contracts terminated. Prime Minister Gonsalves maintains that all returning nationals, including sailors, must adhere to the COVID-19 protocols established by the Ministry of Health.
Today, Holland America is bringing a Vincentian crew member. All the protocols have been followed by Holland America. And they would be quarantined at a facility where Holland America is paying for.
A batch of 25 sailors with Disney Cruise Lines is expected home on May 20th. Prime Minister Gonsalves said the cruise line has agreed to pay $100 US per night for each sailor, and all protocols followed.
They will be quarantined at hotels at the cost of Disney, $100 US per night for the hotel. And in this case, as in all the cases with the cruise members from St. Vincent, if you're staying in any hotel, we are not charging the VAT on it, so it saves the cruise line 11%. We're not charging the $3 US for the disaster fund. And Bishen John from the Port Authority, he has volunteered to provide transportation to a facility.
With respect to Royal Caribbean Cruise Line, with 400 Vincentian crew members expected to return, the Prime Minister said the government and the cruise company have reached an agreement, and the sailors are expected home on May 25th.
And while you're here, the rapid test will be done. If you're negative with the rapid test, you leave with your personal protective equipment to go home. If you test positive on the rapid test, we do the PCR test and we send that to CAFA in Trinidad. The result comes back and you're negative. If even you're tested positive with the rapid, you also go off. If you're tested positive with the rapid and test positive with the PCR, you go to an isolation facility appointed by the government, and Royal Caribbean will pay for you in that isolation facility.
Further, the Prime Minister noted that 91 Vincentian sailors are already docked in St. Lucia and are expected home tomorrow. However, the agreement on the protocols has not yet been settled.
The health protocol arrangements and all the practical requisites have not yet been worked out, even though we had sent our protocols to them since the 20th of April. We are now at the end of the first week in May. That's where we are with Carnival, and I'm hoping that we will have that resolved shortly. I wish if we can resolve it today, because Bishen John at the Port Authority has hoteliers lined up to receive these 91, 92 Vincentian workers.
The same health protocols which returning sailors have to follow will apply to several persons who will be going off next week under the Canadian Farm Workers Program. So says Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves. The seasonal farm workers program has provided many Vincentians with employment opportunities in Canada, and PM Gonsalves said on Tuesday approximately 135 persons will leave the state to take up work on 22 farms in Canada. PM Gonsalves said the local health authorities are ensuring that those who will be going off are tested for COVID-19.
It's interesting to note that the their guidance for employers of temporary foreign workers regarding COVID issued through the government of Canada, and part of the aim is to facilitate the entry of foreign workers while taking steps to minimize the spread of COVID-19 now. Originally, the authorities in Canada wanted you to test the persons before they entered. All they wanted to do now, I've been advised, is to make sure that you have the health certificates. But we are insisting that our persons get tested. The same requirement which we are insisting on persons who are returning to St. Vincent, having done work on the cruise ships.
The Prime Minister said, as a responsible member of the international community, the government will ensure that the farm workers follow the same procedures as the sailors.
We're spending a lot of time rightly about who coming back and who want to come back. But we also have to apply the similar protocols for our people who are going to work overseas. You see the point I'm making?
Yes, yes, indeed.
We are a responsible member of the international community, because I don't want when our farm workers go there that anybody say, well, listen, you did bring it with you. You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah. Okay.
And with the orientation which is taking place, somebody from the Ministry of Health is going to be at the orientation. I think they do the orientation in batches of about 15 or 20. The Ministry of Labour, that's done there. And then they will, I'm told that they will make all the arrangements, whether it's there or elsewhere, to draw the blood and do the test now, before Tuesday, and have the rapid result. Remember that we had gotten 3,000 test kits from Venezuela now. Yeah. So we're using up some of those.
Dr. Gonzalez said that the same procedure applies in relation to the cost for quarantine.
But it's interesting that when the workers go there, farm workers, they have to go into self-isolation for 14 days. And the employer pays them for that 14 days. You see the point?
Interesting.
Huh?
Yeah.
So that when cruise ship workers come here and we say, well, listen to me, I know there's a lot more of you, and we can share some costs, like we wouldn't charge the VAT for the hotel rooms if you're staying in the hotels now, rather than coming and park up here for a few days while we can test you and examine you and everything like that now, and control your disembarkment. So in going, we test you, and you pay, the employer pays for that.
Omnibus operators throughout SVG will receive a minimum of $500 EC in stimulus payments, an increase of 100% on the initial figure proposed by the government to help them cushion the impact of COVID-19 on their service. Vice President of the Vincentian Transportation Association, Vintas, Royron Adams, said this is one of several positive outcomes of Tuesday's meeting between the government and the association. Adams said the meeting further helped to strengthen the relationship between both parties as they continue to navigate the ongoing health crisis. Operators were expected to begin receiving payments today. However, Vintas said they were informed that the payments will be made on Tuesday, May 8th, at the Geest Shed. Nurses play a crucial role in the healthcare system, and the COVID-19 pandemic has magnified their importance greatly. So says Minister of Health, Wellness and the Environment, Luke Brown, at a press conference held on Wednesday to update the nation on the COVID-19 situation. Tuesday was celebrated globally as International Day of the Midwife, and come next Tuesday, May 12th, International Nurses Day will be observed.
I'd just like to express some appreciation to our midwives as well from this forum, where we'll have an opportunity to, more broadly speaking, comment on and compliment our nurses for their services, because next week, on Tuesday, I think it is 12th of May, we have International Nurses Day. That day is timed to coincide with the 200th anniversary of the birth of Florence Nightingale. She's a prominent nurse. We're actually in the middle of the International Year of the Nurse, which was so designated by the World Health Organization even before this pandemic. And the pandemic certainly gives us an idea of the utter appreciation of nurses and midwives. So we celebrate them, and we celebrate all the other persons who are on the front line.
Midwives are specialized nurses, and Minister Brown took the opportunity to highlight their importance to the society.
An idea of the importance or significance of midwives even. You might remember that in the Bible, in the book of Exodus, when the king of Egypt wanted to put some controls on the population of the children of Israel, he sought to work through the midwives. But fortunately, they did not opt to be a part of that design. Today, in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, midwives help with childbirth and provide life-saving interventions. They have contributed to St. Vincent and the Grenadines having 0 maternal deaths in both 2018 and 2019. They have also been vital for the provision of general health services, including our national response on COVID-19. Currently, St. Vincent and the Grenadines has about 40 midwives, and another 10 or so nurses are being trained right now in a midwifery course. Clearly, the government is investing in the training of midwives, championing their rights, and supporting them in the performance of their duties.
The document outlining the regulations and use of medical cannabis, outlining the use and regulation of medical cannabis are said to be complete. On radio this week, Minister of Agriculture Soboto Caesar said the documents dated April 30th also outlines who and how the medicinal cannabis should be administered to patients.
We're now speaking about the issue of the duties and the responsibilities of the caregiver who's going to administer the cannabis, the designation as a facility for the caregiver, the changing of the facility, the conditional requirements for authorized medical doctors and authorized pharmacists. We have here the general requirements, the whole concept of dispensaries.
Minister Caesar said the document has been locally circulated, that should be circulated locally, regionally, and internationally for review, and that he is happy that they have reached this stage in the development of the medical cannabis industry.
There are persons in St. Vincent and the Grenadines who are ailing and always asking you, so when can I be able to go and access cannabis? Well, I'm holding in my hands the regulations, which will go through point by point by point all the issues touching on concerning how you access cannabis as a patient. And I see here at part 6 where it speaks to the distribution of medicinal cannabis at hospitals. So this is a significant door.
Minister Caesar said while they have been making progress with the local cannabis industry, COVID-19 has created some challenges.
For places like Canada, with a large internal demand, there will be an increase in supply and the business could thrive. But for island states, like St. Vincent and the Grenadines, where you have to look outwards for export markets, and a lot of these countries are in lockdown, the whole issue of accessibility to the public officers who you have to be in contact with to be able to import cannabis into the country, and the whole framework to operationalize exports will be definitely slower, and we anticipate that this will have an impact on the local cannabis industry. However, we are pushing ahead.
Yes, so we'll now open.
Director of the National Emergency Management Organization, NEMO, Michelle Forbes, is joining the Fire and Forestry departments in appealing to persons to desist from lighting bushfires. In an interview with SVG-TV News yesterday, Forbes said bushfires often leave the topsoil exposed to harsh weather conditions, which can cause tremendous damage to the environment.
The heavy rainfall, which has been one of our main hazards in St. and the Grenadines over the years. We just need some good heavy rainfall to have flooding, to have landslides. And it brings me now to the issue that we're having to really make an appeal to persons who have been burning the hillsides, burning the bushes. I saw the head of the fire making that appeal this week on SVG-TV, that people are still indiscriminately burning the hillsides. And it means that if you continue to burn the soil, when the heavy rains come, the topsoil is already weakened and loosened, so that the heavy rainfall is just going to take that soil away. A whole landslide, entire topsoil can be removed, an entire mountainside can be removed. So I want to encourage persons to desist from lighting these fires, because
reminding persons that SVG is prone to hazards, the NEMO director says it is important to take care of the environment and not to expose communities to danger.
In hurricane season, that when the rainfall falls, the soil cannot hold the rain, and it is too weak to host the rain because all its nutrients are gone. So the infiltration has been affected, the normal pattern of the soil has been affected, and the topsoil is just going to wash away. And these can dam the rivers, these can go on people's houses, and even cause more destruction as during the season.
Today, NEMO released a suite of multi-hazard public education materials in preparation for the 2020 Atlantic hurricane season. These include a number of public service announcements, infographics, posters, and a coloring book on floods, landslides, earthquakes, and tsunamis. The public service announcements were produced locally by NEMO in collaboration with communication specialist Theresa Daniel. According to the NEMO director, Michelle Forbes, the suite of public education materials was produced as part of efforts to strengthen the multi-hazard early warning system EWS capability and infrastructure of the organization. Forbes further stated that the public education materials will be used in NEMO's hurricane preparedness campaign to heighten the awareness of Vincentians on some of the most common hazards that are likely to impact SVG, especially during the hurricane season. She is also encouraging residents to make it a priority to prepare for the 2020 hurricane season, which will commence on June 1st. The Colorado State University and other agencies have predicted that the 2020 hurricane season would be a rather active one. This includes a forecast of 16 named tropical storms, 8 of which will develop into hurricanes, and 4 expected to reach the destructive major hurricane category. Forbes is encouraging families to ensure that all emergency and insurance plans are updated in preparation for the upcoming season, even while practicing social distancing in light of COVID-19. The St. Vincent Girls High School today celebrates its 109th anniversary. The all-girls education institution, known for its excellence and disciplinary structure, opened its doors on May 8, 1911 with 11 students, and has grown over the years with a present student population of 652. Headmistress Michelle Beach said that the anniversary celebration in this time of the COVID-19 pandemic provides them with the opportunity to reflect on how far the institution has come and the people responsible for its evolution. Beach said the planned week of activities to observe the 109th anniversary unfortunately had to be cancelled due to the COVID-19 situation.
We were planning to have a few activities. This is our 109th anniversary, and we wanted not to have too many things planned because next year would be our 110th. So during the week of our anniversary, we were hoping to have our General Assembly, as usual, We were also hoping to have the second year of the Gary Constantine Intersecondary Schools Swimming Championships. The third year of the Gillis Francis Math Quiz, and a new feature would have been the CXC Awards ceremony for the students who would have graduated in 2019, and also for the accomplishments of our students at the school during the academic year 2018-2019.
Former headmistress Andrea Bowman, who now serves as SVG's first resident ambassador to Taiwan, on her Facebook page wished the school a happy anniversary and expressed how proud she is of the institution's growth over the years.
Happy 109th birthday, GHS. Our Colonial Girls' School has evolved into an institution of excellence which represents where we are in the 21st century. I am proud of the manner in which you continue to embrace the challenges which confront us in our ever-changing reality. Per ardua ad alta, we have 109 years of excellence where tradition meets tomorrow. Happy birthday!
The SVG Red Cross Society today joined other national Red Cross societies in observing World Red Cross Day under the theme Love. World Red Cross Day is observed annually on May 8th. The local Red Cross extended the spirit of love to members of a special vulnerable community last Sunday, May 3rd. In light of the COVID-19 pandemic, the SVG Red Cross Society hosted a sanitation demonstration session for the homeless in and around the Kingstown area. The society said while much has been done in the fight to contain the spread of COVID-19, not very much has been done to deliberately target this population. This project also provided an opportunity for volunteerism at any age. Senior members of the Red Cross Society are encouraged to become involved in making face masks, as well as preparing sanitation kits for distribution to the homeless after the demonstration. The National Society said groups throughout the island will continue to provide ancillary service support at the grassroots levels by providing communities with flyers, bumper stickers, and by encouraging all persons to follow the guidelines of the Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment.